Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to build your very first Fortnite map as a beginner so you guys can start successfully making money online making Fortnite map. Of course guys, join the Discord in the link in the description to get your very own first pre-made successful map that you can literally just repost and make thousands of dollars a month. Of course guys, join the Fort Mafia Inner Circle where you can get access to learn Fortnite map making, learn verse coding, learn Fortnite map thumbnails, the algorithm and discovery, and of course connect with 6 to 7 figure Fortnite map creators and celebrities and influencers to help you market and push your Fortnite maps forward. There is no better program better than this. Link in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be showing you and walking you guys through the steps to create your very first Zone Wars map as a beginner. Let's get right into it. And yes guys, before the video starts, this video is going to be made in Creative for beginners to understand the fundamentals of UEFN and Creative. Alright guys, so once you guys are actually loaded in, you're going to see stuff like this on your screen. This is exactly what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to use the console and create a new console and find the tropical island. It is right here. Please grab the tropical island. You guys can name the island whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Zone Wars 1. I'm just going to call it Zone Wars 1. You guys can confirm, and now it'll summon the portal for the tropical island that you just named as whatever you want it to be. Now we're in here. We're just going to head inside Zone Wars 1. Okay, so once you guys are actually loaded in, what I want you guys to do is pull out your phone and delete all of the tropical resorts and islands and trees here. So we don't actually need any of these. We don't want these to block the players when they are trying to build inside of their Zone Wars map and, you know, fight their enemies. So we're just going to delete every single thing here. All right, so once everything is deleted, you guys can pick either side of where you want to start the Zone Wars. I'm going to start it on the right side all the way over here, and this is what I want you guys to do. So we have this nice surface area here. I want you guys to follow these instructions. So now what I want you guys to do is go into the island and grab some galleries. I'm going to be using the indestructible gallery. We're going to open that up and grab the floors and walls. These are the two that I'm going to be using, guys. You guys can use whatever gallery you want, but these are just what I prefer you guys use. Simplistic, and it's just simple to follow along with the tutorial. All right, so now once you guys have grabbed your floors and your walls, just as I have, what I want you guys to do is place your floors 10 in a row. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where people are actually going to spawn in and like battle each other. This is the player spawner area. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like this. Now we have 10. Now what I want you guys to do is copy and paste all of the selected 10 rows that you have here and copy and paste it right in front of each other. So what you guys have to do is you guys have to pull out your phone and press R, and it will select every single row in here. And all I want you guys to do is just copy and paste another row here. Put it right in front. And if it doesn't copy, guys, don't worry, you can just place another 10. So at the end, it should look something like this. So now what I want you guys to do is cover the floors and the walls. So this is what I want you guys to do. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to copy this all across the entire thing. But inside of the middle, you're going to have it like this. I'm just going to show you guys what to do. So in the middle, you're going to want to have it like this. So you have 8 things in the middle. You want to go 5 high, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like as so, like this. Because this is just where the people are going to be spawning. Then you want to create a checkered pattern for the players. So they're not just spawning right beside each other and they can just tackle each other. I'll show you what it will look like when I'm done. All right, guys. So this is exactly what it should look like when you guys are done. Don't worry about like the floor sticking out here. They're not going to be seeing that inside of the game. Do not worry. But this is how it should look when you guys are actually done. All right, so this is where the fun happens. Now what I want you guys to do is create the layers to where people are going to spawn it. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do. You guys want to have one like this. So 1, 1. So you guys want to have 2 here. This is just the first layer where the person's going to spawn in. And you want to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, just like this all the way until the end, guys. It should look exactly like this when you guys are done. But now what you guys want to do is copy and paste all of these layers here and have it go up by 5. So this is what I want you guys to do. So you guys can either copy them or place them. I'm just going to place them so you guys can follow along strictly with the tutorial. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do. So you just want to fly up here and place all of the walls just like so, like this, on each side, all the way up to 5. This is exactly how it should look when you guys are done. Now we're going to place the floors down for this nice checkered pattern where all the players are going to spawn. Now what I want you guys to do is place the floors down. It's going to get a little confusing here, so I'm going to show you guys a visual at the end that you guys can follow along with, but you guys want to have a checkered pattern, so this is exactly how you're going to do it. Okay, so skip this side, just have it so like this. You just want your floors here where people are going to spawn in. See how we're making this nice checkered pattern formation? Okay guys, so when you guys are actually done, I know it looks like a lot on your screen, but this is exactly how it should actually look. I'm going to pan around here and show you guys what it should look like when you guys are actually complete here. So it's just a checkered pattern, so people aren't separated and they're not just spawning on each other and just dogging on each other and killing each other, but it should look like a checkered pattern. I know I'm on performance mode, but like I'm going to show you guys the squares here. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. This is how it should look when you guys are done the stage for the Zone Wars game. Now what I want you guys to do is grab a player spawner from the devices tab. This is how you're exactly going to do this. You guys just want to go back out here, search of devices, grab a player spawner. It is right here. Grab a player spawner and grab a barrier device. All right, grab the barrier device and do as so. Now what I want you guys to do is place down the player spawners like so, just like this, and go into the settings here and have visible in-game to off. Once you have done that, now what I want you guys to do is grab the barrier device and have it half in the grass and half not in the grass. So just like this. And these are the settings that I want you guys to copy. Enable on phase, you want to have it on always, obviously. So have it on always and have the barrier depth at 0.01. So you guys can just type out 0.01. This is what I want you guys to do. Now, once you're done, it should look exactly like this. Now what I want you guys to do is copy and paste the barriers and the player spawners like this. All right, so you just want to put like so. So you just want to copy and paste it at the start of every round like this. So far it should look something like this, and you just want to fill in the remaining squares with the barriers and the player spawners. Now what I want you guys to do is pull out your phone and go into devices and pull out the timer device. All right, so this is what you guys want to do. You guys just want to search up timer. You can put it actually wherever you want, but just place it wherever you want. I'm just going to place mine right at the top here, just like this. I'm going to have mine here just right at the top. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to have it closer to me though. I'm going to have mine just right here, and this is what I want you guys to do. So go into the settings, have the duration on 5 seconds, because we don't want people to spawn in so fastly. On can't interact, we want to have that on no, and of course we want to have it on start game. And with the completion behavior, we want to have it on reset, and we want to have the display time in seconds only. And the timing running text, you guys just want to type in barriers drop in. This is what you guys want to do. And the timer label text style, you want it to be extra large. Now what I want you guys to do is go back in the timer device. Once this is all said and done, here are the settings that you guys want to copy and paste. But I want you guys to go into functions and go on success, select device, barrier device, and have it on disable. You guys want to do this for every single barrier device that you actually have, so please do so, or nothing is going to work. So barrier device 11, disable. You guys want to disable every barrier device that you guys actually have in stock, okay? This is the most lengthy process of this entire thing. Now, once they're all disabled, it should look something like this, guys. I want you guys to hit OK, make sure it actually saved, make sure all of the functions actually saved. All of the devices, all of the barriers are disabled. Now that you're done, follow this. The next thing I want you guys to do is place down the inventory and team setting device. Please place that down. You guys can place it wherever you want. I'm going to place mine right in the air. Pretty much what this is, it's the weapons and the settings that you guys are going to have when you spawn in, so you don't have to actually grab the item granter. So what I want you guys to do is put in these weapons as so, okay? These are the weapons that I want you guys to copy in here. This is what we want. We want the gold pump, the blue AR, blue submachine gun. You want 500 wood, 500 brick, and 500 metal, 200 light bullets, 30 shotgun shells, 200 AR, 3 minis, and 1 slurp fish. I'm going to have 2 in mind though. Now what I want you guys to do is drop all of this into the team settings inventory device. All right, so just drop it inside of the team setting inventory device. This is what it looks like when it is actually all said and done. This is the most important step, guys. I want you guys to correct these island settings. These are the island settings that you guys want to copy, okay? So max players, we want to have that on 16. We want to have voice chat on all. We want to have the teams to obviously 16 since we have the max players of 16. Team size, we want to have that on 1. Total rounds, 100. We want to have the spawn limit on 1. After last spawn, go to spectating. Time limit, you want to have that on none. You guys want to have the game win condition on most rounds 1. You guys want to have the join in progress setting on spawn on next round. You guys can just search it up right here. You guys want to have the game start countdown on off. You guys want to have the time of day to 3 p.m. You guys want to have the starting health percentage at 100%. And you guys want to have the starting shield percentage at 100% as well. So have that on 100%. And also, guys, you guys want to have fall damage on. You guys want to have building can destroy environment off. And for the last thing, guys, have environmental damage on player built only. And go ahead and start your game and test it out. Now we're going to build the storm. Now what I want you guys to do is go 2 tiles to the side and place a barrier. This is so people can't just like walk out of the map and just screw off. So you're just want to place a barrier under the map just like so, like this. Now inside of the barrier settings, and this is what I want you guys to do. So have the barrier depth on 100, have the barrier height on 50, then copy this process on the other side of the map. And now for the last barrier, you want to place it right at the end where the storm finally closes. So you'd want to have it right here, right in the middle. Now what I want you guys to do is place one more right at the top. You want to place it at the very top of your previous barrier. And then you want to go into the settings. But now with this one, you want to have the width at 100 and you want to have the height at 1. So it should look something like this. Once you actually start the game, this is exactly how it should look like. So as you can see here we have the barriers. It looks all fancy and all nice, all spectacular. And this is what it looks like as you pivot down. We have just this nice, clean Zone Wars game. But now it's time to make the final thing, the storm. So what I want you guys to do is pull out your phone, go into devices, and grab the Advanced Storm Beacon and grab the Advanced Storm Controller. So now what I want you guys to do is grab the Advanced Storm Beacon and have it right in the middle of the player spawners, just like so. Then I want you guys to do is head into these settings. So go into the settings, have the phase on 1, have the storm radius on 50 meters, damage level 5%. Then place the storm controller right on top of it and head on into these settings. Generate on game start, no. Use custom storm phases, yes. Phase 1 radius, 50 meters. Delay time, 15 seconds. Then in functions, generate storm when receiving from timer device. Have it on success. Then copy the storm beacon and move it further along the map. I'm gonna have mine right at the end of when the zone closed. So now, once you're inside, have the phase onto phase 2. Storm radius, 40 meters. And make sure to have the wait time on 2 seconds. Damage level, 7%. Now once you're all good to go, copy it again and have it more closer to the this hill right here. Then once it's all good, have this on phase 3, have this on how many meters you actually want, have the wait time on 2 seconds, have the damage level at 10%, then you're going to copy it again, have it onto phase 4, have the storm radius onto 20, wait time can be 2 seconds, damage 15%, and copy it one more time right over here. You can have, this is where the final circle is going to be, have it right here, have this phase 5, storm radius to 0 meters, have the damage level to 20%, and now you are pretty much done, guys. As you start the game here, you're going to see it fully functional and working. So as you can see, I'm going to spawn in. The barriers are nice in here. Now we just wait 5 seconds. We're on full shield. Wait for the barriers to spawn in. And now we wait 13 seconds at the top here for the storm to actually come in. So we're going to wait 10 seconds. I'm going to show you that all of this is actually fully functional. All right, now the storm is going to come in. Now it is actually going to move as so. It's going to take 30 seconds to move in, but as you guys can see, the storm is moving. It's fully functional and it's actually working. And now you guys are done. You guys are fully done the Zone Wars game as a beginner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more, let me know down in the comments of some suggestions of games you want to see me make. I love you guys all, man. Click the link in the Discord and connect with like-minded people all trying to motivate and inspire each other, businesses and sponsorships. You can reach out to my social medias down below or with my business email, davybusiness@gmail.com. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to reach out with you. Make sure to click my last 2 videos on the screen because honestly, guys, they're bangers, man. Click one or the other, man. I might just put up one on the screen because that is truthfully probably the most important video that you're ever gonna see on my channel so far to this date. And I seriously love you guys all, man. I can't thank you guys enough for giving me a platform to motivate and inspire others and also help people in the process while documenting my own struggles and vulnerability. I love you guys all, man. Have an amazing day. I'm out. Peace. Okay, so here we have this nice custom island here. Let me show you guys exactly how this was built. So what we're going to be doing is going through all of the features and core mechanics and showing you how I actually built this so you guys can replicate the same success. So what I want you guys to do is head on into your Unreal editor for Fortnite and open up new projects template. What we're going to do is create a flat XL grid island to start actually building this 1v1 map with music. So you guys can go ahead and press island templates and press XL grid island. You guys can call this whatever you'd like. I don't really care what I call it, but you guys want to go ahead and press create. Okay, so as soon as you guys have loaded up your XL grid island, it should look like a flat surface. Now it's time to build the base and structuring of this music 1v1 map. So you guys can go ahead and press launch session at the top. Okay, so now that you're loaded inside of the game, it's time to build the base and structuring of this game. So I want you guys to pull out your phone and go down to the prefabs and galleries, and what we're going to search up is black. We're going to grab the black ramps and black slabs inside of this game to have the 1v1 map structure. So we can go ahead and grab this ramp right here, which is nice and reflective. We'll need 2 of those, and we can go ahead and grab the floors. We can head back out of galleries and we can go back into devices, and we can go ahead and grab the audio player device and the player spawner device, and as well a few triggers. Once you have everything equipped in your inventory, you guys can go ahead and pull out the ramps here, and you can have one here just like this, and you guys can press R and rotate it and have one exactly just like this. Now what I want you guys to do is press your keybind and go to the player spawners and place them just like this. Now what I want you guys to do is go back into the phone and search up glass inside of the content folder in Fortnite. Pretty much what we're doing is setting up the way where we can actually shoot things inside of Fortnite. So what we're going to be grabbing is this glass floor just like this. So you guys can go ahead and press equip, and what we're going to do is place it down and resize it inside of UEFN. So you guys can go back into UEFN and just press this arrow key over here, and you guys can simply just rotate and drag up this glass floor. Essentially what this is the things that people are going to be shooting on to actually select their music and select their custom backgrounds, their custom vaults, all of the custom crosshairs inside of the game. So it should look something like this when you guys have actually set it up. Now what we're going to do, this is where the fun happens. What we're going to do is set up the triggers and the audio boxes so you're actually able to play music when you actually shoot a song that you like and want to put into the game. So what we're going to do is set up the triggers, and we're going to just have 2 for now. 1, 2. 2 triggers and 2 audio boxes just like this. Okay, so now once you put down your 2 audio boxes and 2 triggers, all you guys have to do inside of UEFN is double select them and go ahead and rotate them up facing right, just like this. So you rotate them and you size them and have them actually on side of the glass slab so they can actually be seen and actually shot at, just like this. You guys need to be very, very precise with your timing and positioning of your guys' actual objects, or they will not be tracked or be able to be shot at, and your music will not be played. And we can leave the audio boxes here, that does not really matter. So now what I want you guys to do is go ahead and go inside of the trigger settings and have it be able to be activated on actual game start, but only activated by players. Obviously we don't want to actually have these triggers actually available inside of the game. What you guys want to be doing is turning them off to be visible and have them enabled on game start, and have them be able to be triggered by players, creatures, vehicles, and everything. And you want to have no sound effects when you guys are actually triggering your trigger when you're shooting at it, because nobody wants sound effects on there at all. And what you guys want to do is go ahead and go into the events tab and press on triggered, send event to the audio player device, and press play. And then on the other one, what you want to do is do the exact same thing. So on triggered, play the audio. But there's also a catch, because if you play 2 audios at the same time, they're going to overlap. So what you need to do is press on triggered, you need to stop the current audio, stop the second audio, and then in here, what you need to do is stop the first audio, because so then they won't overlap and override each other, and then they will play seamlessly. So when I shoot one song, it will shoot the other song. You know what I mean? So one will play, the other one will stop, and then the other one will play. And can resume, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now it's time for the music. What you guys want to be doing is searching up NCS, which means non-copyrighted songs, because copyright is a big issue when you're actually trying to make games and make 1v1 maps. So what I want you guys to go ahead and do is go onto YouTube and search up non-copyrighted music. There is thousands and thousands of playlists for actual songs that you guys can use copyright free, so you don't get your game actually taken down when you make thousands of dollars with my Patreon or my community in the link in the description. So go ahead and do some digging on your own research and find some copyrighted songs. And an FYI disclaimer is that the songs have to be in WAV format. .wav, MP3, M4A does not actually work. So we have two audios right here on my computer that I'm going to be putting inside of my game to show you guys how to actually set it up. So as soon as you guys actually import your actual audio, all you guys have to do is go ahead inside of this tool here, inside of the audio box, and go and find your audio. Or if you're hovering over it and selecting it in the content drawer, you can press this button right here and it will take you right to the audio. So you can either do it that way or you can go ahead and just search it up. So now that we have both audios inside of the game, it's opting me to push changes because I just made drastic changes to the core mechanics of the game. But now it's time to find the images. So to find your images, it's really not that hard. All I have to do is just search up anime album cover art, okay? Because a lot of people like to make band cover arts and concept arts for musicians. That is fully not copyright. How can you copyright something that the artist made that you fan made yourself? So here, this is all you guys have to do is search up concept art or cover arts that fans have made for actual artists from a song that you're trying to base it off and put in your game. So here we have this one right here. I actually do really like this audio a lot. This one's also really, really cool as well. So we're going to go ahead and press download right inside of it. Go ahead and press download. You guys can get whatever audio you guys actually want to choose inside of your game. And I highly advise you guys to probably avoid Pokemon and Nintendo, as those companies really like to go crazy on the copyright and legal procedure and take down requests of your game. Please do not put those types of IPs and entertainments inside of your game. So now we can go back inside of UEFN, and what we can do is drag out the plane. You guys can go ahead and press this plus sign right here and go right down to shapes, and you're going to drag out your own custom plane that you guys will rotate and have over the actual trigger, just like this. So you guys can move it over, because this is what they're actually going to be seeing. They're not actually going to be seeing the trigger. They're going to be seeing your plane. So it looks like you're shooting at the song. So you guys can go ahead and copy and paste each planes just like this, and then you can go ahead and go back to your content drawer and select the two images that you guys have just downloaded. And all you have to do is just go ahead and drag it on the actual image, and it's going to be just like this. It's going to look just like that. And here we have it fully custom. But what you guys also want to do with the settings is have it so the trigger is not visible in game, but it also can take damage when it's actually invisible. So all you guys have to do is go ahead and go back into the actual trigger. The reason why the images actually look like they're X'd out and they're super red is because I have not pushed changes. But you guys want to go into the super settings inside of the actual game and have it so these triggers can actually be triggered when they are invisible. Because right now we have it on the settings. Right now we just put it in. So triggers take damage when they're invisible, so it looks like you're actually shooting on the songs. And while we're pushing changes to show you guys the songs and how it's actually working, if you guys wanted to stop all of the audios, all you have to do is just copy and paste your same trigger and just go into the advanced tab and just have it so it mutes the audio players when it's actually shot at. That's it. So you have one trigger that plays the songs and one trigger that stops all of the songs. And obviously, to be able to shoot the songs, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and go and grab it out an item granter and go select a shotgun and an AR. Go ahead and grab whatever shotgun you want and have them grant the item when they are actually connected to the player spawners. So when the player actually spawns, they will be granted with the shotgun, just like this. So now you can actually shoot the songs. Now, as you guys can see, when I actually shoot the audio is playing. So I have a phone ringing and a minion laugh. Obviously, you guys cannot hear it because I'm talking over it when I'm actually shooting it. But this is fully how to actually build a fully built custom 1v1 map with music as a beginner. Now let's get into the island settings, because these are the most important steps and pieces to actually get this game successful for you guys. Okay, so now that you've set everything up, go ahead and go into your island settings and set up the structuring of the game to actual 2 players, okay? Because it's going to be a 1v1, it's not a free-for-all. You guys want to be having the teams 2-2. So go ahead and have the teams to 2 and have the team size 2 split evenly. So it's 1 person on one end, 1 person on the other. And go ahead and have it to 100 rounds, and go ahead and search up shield in the top here. So when people actually spawn inside of the game, they actually start off with full health and shield, and they can also have shield recharge, and they can also have overshield and the current BR motion and siphon as well, and all of that nature. And you're pretty much good to go. So if you go ahead and start the game, you will see that we now spawn with full health and shield inside of our games, where we can go ahead and play our audio just like so. And like I said at the start of the video, you guys can fully get this game fully customized for only $15 on top of 25 games with my Patreon in the link in the descriptions, with custom crosshairs, FOV changers, like and favorites, XP vaults, custom sounds, custom crosshairs, first person, storm and rain effects, custom lottery wheels, mythic powers and abilities. What more could you seriously ask for? It's in the link in the description. And on that note, I seriously cannot thank you guys enough for watching this tutorial and video. Make sure to join the Discord in the link in the description. There is thousands and thousands of people all making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single month online making Fortnite maps, and we need to have you guys a part of my community so I can help you guys further in your map making journey. On that note, it's been your boy Davy Davis. Businesses and sponsorships, you can reach out down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this video down below. Click the last video on the screen. What tutorial should I make next? I'll see you guys soon. I'm out. Peace.